Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Kemi Olufunlayo. Happy Mother's Day to you, 2025. It's Sunday, May the 11th, 2025. And this is Mother's Day in North America. I don't live in North America, but this is the one time we observe our own. The photo you're looking at is my parents, okay? Dr. Omololu Lunlayo and his wife, Mrs. Funlayo Lunlayo. These are my parents on their wedding day in 1963. 2 months after this wedding, my father impregnated another woman. In this picture, my mom is heavily pregnant, almost 9 months pregnant with my sister, Yemi. My parents, from the moment they got married, the trouble had started. My father impregnated the late Mrs. Akere. Alaja Akere is the mother of my brother, Benga. Benga Lunlayo is Kapoor. Some of you know him. Some of you are his friends. I tell these stories because the trauma in my life started from the minute these two got married. This is my mother. I have not seen her since June of 2019. She supervised several assaults on me in Ibadan, Nigeria, and they made the news. Some of my nephews attacked me. She supervised that. And when I wrote the article about the water in Ibadan in the Ajimobi administration, my sister, who was a special advisor, decided to assault me because of a journalist writing a story. Imagine when you're a journalist and you're writing a story about the government not giving the people water and your own family members attack you. Mothers are people that you're supposed to love, people that are supposed to love you. I sent this woman $5,000 every month in the 90s. The 90s were the height of my career. I was a journalist, a pharmacist, and a PR specialist at the same time, and I was making an average of $20,000 a month. I took care of my family. I sent $80,000 to Nigeria every year. And it's not just to my mother and my father, it was to everybody. Sisters, brothers, I paid school fees. Remember that time? The dollar was 125. I did my best for my mother, but nobody appreciated me. I've done my part. This is what I remember my mother for. Okay, in about 10 days, my father would be late to rest. I wouldn't be there, I wouldn't be attending. Some of my siblings that are not going, there are 10 of us, 8 from my mother, 2 from Ronke. 2 have passed away from my mother's side, 8 surviving children. Okay, 2 of my siblings said they're not going. Everybody has their own story. I was the only one that told mine. Okay, and one of them is saying there's chaos because Kemi is not coming. The whole family is all scared. They don't know what to do. It looks like a disgrace. I'm not needed. I was never needed. I was just another item on the menu. Okay, if you remember what I said in Kemi Talks Life, what do you remember your parents by? These are the things I will remember my mom for. For writing an article against the Oyo State government, and my sister and the house girl beat me up. These are the bruises on me. Everybody saw it when it happened. They tried to reroute the story saying, oh, it's when the armed robbers came. My mother and my sister even planned the armed robbery because the driver confessed to the police at SARS that my mother hired him to get the goons to wear masks and came in with cutlasses and bats and all. They stole all our devices. They took my phones, my iPad, all my son's everything. My son lost all his music. He lost 10 new songs. His laptop was taken. This is the rest of the bruises. November 30th, 2018. These are the wounds inflicted to me by my mother, my sister, and the house girl of 21 years, who is their PA now, for writing an article against the Ajimobi government about the dirty water. Governor Ajimobi did not make my sister a special advisor in his second term. And this is the reason. There are many things happening behind that you guys don't know. Those are my bruises. And what Nigerians wrote about this is that when we have bad governments and people who are activists, who are in those families writing stories as journalists, look at what happens to them within their own family. My father did not intervene in this. I asked him to see my bruises. He said he doesn't want to see any graphic pictures. He simply called the CP and told the CP to make sure this doesn't come out in the news and that he shouldn't arrest anyone, that he will take care of his family. He will sort it out. And when the police hears, I will sort it out, they leave it to the family. And this is why domestic violence has been so rampant in Nigeria, with husbands killing wives. Once the family says we'll sort it out. In the old days, the police will refer the family to go to their fathers and mothers to sort out the domestic violence. This is not the typical husband and wife. This is still domestic violence. And this is what my father wanted. He will sort it out. He didn't sort anything out. My injuries were very bad. This is my mother in the middle, me on the left, and my sister Funke Olufunlayo. The innocent Funke everybody likes in the Grail Church. Design whatever, her company. People have a dark side that you don't know. There are people who are asking Funke on her Instagram, Funke, is this true? Is what your sister's saying is true? They go out there and they portray me as mentally unstable, so their friends won't believe it's true. It is true. Now they're all shocked. They're begging my own sons to beg me to take these posts down. I'm not taking the post down. These things happened. This is the cop, Kunle Ajishebutu. He's retired now. This is the cop who heroically told the CP that he doesn't care about the governor telling the CP what to do. This woman was badly injured and we must arrest them. Ajishebutu ordered the police to arrest my sister and the house girl, but they couldn't arrest my mom because she was a former first lady. You see the kind of nonsense that happens in Nigeria? Thank you, Kunle, for your help. When my eyes, my face, and everything was burned in the chemical accident at Philadelphia College of Pharmacy when I was a pharmacy student in my second year, in 1984, my mom never visited me in the hospital. That's another thing I remember my dad for when he's buried in the next 2 weeks. My dad, same thing. Imagine this happening to a child that was sent to pharmacy school in America and the parents never came. My parents never flew to America. The flight was 600 naira return, first class. Economy, 400 naira return. Somebody quote me wrong if I'm telling lies. In 1984, the ticket was $400 return to New York. I said 400. Was it $400? I meant 400 naira return to New York. And my parents never came. No matter how small that looks to you at that time, yes, it was not big money at that time. They never came to see me. These are the little things that I wonder. I graduated with 3 first-class degrees, pharmacy, journalism, and PR. My mother never came to my graduation. My father never came to my graduation. Why I was so different and ill-treated in that family was because of my energy, my shine, being a chosen one. And God made me better than all of them. They saw it and they prevented me from excelling. Finally, I'll tell you this one. This is the snake my mother placed at the door of my son's room in Ibadan. This snake was crawling towards the door so that it can enter, and there was no light, no NEPA. When I came downstairs just to use the bathroom, only to find out that the snake was going in my son's room, they now pretended that they were killing a snake that somehow strayed into the house. I have told you this story. September 2018. They beat me up November 2018. In 2019, I moved from Ibadan and I went to Lagos. I left my family for good. And I told my fans I'm no longer part of the Olufunlayo family. I started using my broadcast journalism name, Kemi Lawrence. But that's the only name I have, Kemi Olufunlayo. Mommy, this is all I remember on Mother's Day about you. I have not spoken for almost 10 years. This is my tribute. This is my pain. When people tell me how nice their mother is, mothers are first, mothers are this, I read it everywhere on the internet. I think about my own mother. Remember what you said on the day you all beat me up. Emi ko ni mo bia. Emi ko ni mo bia. You said you are not my mother. What my mother said to me, I took to heart. I simply believe she was never my mother. I thought they brought me out from somewhere, just like they brought Benga in when I was 12. My mother never liked me. She liked the other children more than me. She liked the other grandchildren more than me. She would visit them in their houses. She would help them with everything. She never did all of that for me. She put a little coffin under my son's bed. My son reached KGT, dislikes her so much. One of my children asked me if she's still alive. She segregated my own children. She did so many evil, putting that snake in front of my son's room. My mother has done so much damage and evil. Many of you have good mothers. Please treasure them. I read all the posts. I read all the TikTok videos. I didn't have that kind of mother. There are some of you out there who are begging me for a reunion with my mother. I can't give her access to me again. There's no access. I have forgiven her. It was hard for me to forgive her, but I have. It's almost 7 years that I saw her last. I know some of you have these stories about your mothers. Mommy, everything tí mo ṣe ní Nigeria, anything tí n bá ti sọ fún yín, gbogbo ẹ̀ ò ní bọ́ sí mọ́. Any plans tí mo ní, gbogbo ẹ̀ ò ní bọ́ sí mọ́. Everything I told my mother about my plans, what I'm doing, the minute I tell her, they fizzle away. My mother was heavily into juju, influenced by my dad. She put a coffin under my son's bed. She put a snake into my son's room. She hindered my son. My son went through so many hardships, and we left for America. I left America and I left him in Baltimore, and my son worked so hard. Through hardships, we're getting there. If you have a good mother, trust and love them if you can. I couldn't. My mother will be 85, and I've forgiven her. Happy Mother's Day to everybody this Mother's Day 2025. I'm Dr. Olufunlayo.